here's another. So let's read this title. Rosa, would you like to read this one?
Of course. The challenge of the balanced technology in your lives.
Okay, the challenges of balancing technology in our lives. That's a completely different topic, right?
Good design for.
So you're thinking it's to inform, okay? So it probably is inform, but which of these do we think it's comparing and contrasting, cause effect,
Cause and effect.
problem and solution? So Rosa thinks cause effect. What do other people think?
And I think it's a problem and solution. I don't know.
Problem and solution, yeah. You know, these could be different things. I was thinking it's more of a problem solution because we have a problem. What's the problem?
Balances.
Balance.
Balances technology.
Yeah, not too much on this computer or phone, but enough, but not too much. I think it's maybe the challenges, the problem, and solution, possibly cause effect. These don't fit perfectly. They can sometimes be in two areas, but we're looking at examples. Here is another. Zamzam, would you like to read this?
The change caused by the COVID-19.
So just take a minute to think before you say out loud.
Causes and effect.
What do you think?
Cause and effect.
Cause and effect? What makes you think it's causes and effect? I agree.
Well, COVID-19 is probably to affect everyone.
Yeah, so I mean, it is a problem, but this doesn't give us solutions. It talks about the cause,
Yes.
this disease, and the effect is the changes in our lives. So I agree with you. I think it really is, we could make an inference, a smart guess, that we're looking at cause and effect here. I agree. Let's look at this one.
Can we say this?
I'll go back.
Economic problem or in the world for COVID-19.
So economic problems in the world could be part of the changes, the effect. Yeah, that could be part of the effect, but it depends on this writer. What does this writer want to write? This is their title. If it was your writing, Osman, you could make it focused on the economic problems and maybe call it the economic changes caused. Right? So that's like an example of a type of title. How about this title? Let's look at this one. And I guess Fabiola, would you like to read this title?
Yes. The difficulty in quarantine and ways to cope.
I made a typo there. I typed this too quickly. What do we want to correct? Do you see my mistake?
Difficult.
No, difficulties, right? Yeah, I shouldn't have said and. So we're talking about the difficulty of quarantine, you know? Difficulty of quarantine and ways to cope. And you remember we talked about this word cope. We talked about it on Monday. Do you remember what that means again? Cope?
Manage.
To manage, right. If you manage something, you cope with it. Okay? So take a minute and think about this title. What kind of writing do you think we have here?
Problems.
got the difficulty. That's the problem. And I also see a solution, right?
Yes.
Quarantine and the ways to cope.
Ways to cope.
Way to cope.
So we can make an inference that this writer, we can make a smart guess that they're going to tell us about the problem of quarantine and some
Yeah.
solutions to make it more manageable.
Yeah.
So we can really start seeing the different kinds of writing right in the title. Really good. Good. Let's look at this one. How about Osman? Would you like to read this title?
Yeah. 3 different education program online.
So, we don't have too much information here, but I think we could make an inference. Any guess what type of writing we're looking at?
Sorry?
Do you have a guess what type of writing we're looking at?
I'm not hearing well. I don't know.
Okay, so we have, do you think it's,
So what do you say?
is it compare, contrast?
Compare and contrast.
Okay,
Oh, this is
I agree, Zamzam.
It's compare and contrast.
Good. How did you know that? Zamzam, did you want to say how you knew that right away?
The 3 different types of education.
Right. We're going to maybe be comparing. How are they different? How are they similar? You got it. So we're getting faster at this. We're getting faster at seeing the different kinds of titles and types of writing. Let's look at this one. I'm trying to have everyone read out loud. Maybe Elvia, would you like to read this one?
Yeah. Always see
Yes.
and ways to improve your health.
Okay, so obesity, meaning somebody
Obesity.
who has very overweight. Obesity and ways to improve your health. Take a minute and think about that title. Any ideas?
Solution.
There you go. What's the problem here?
Obesity.
Because it's a health problem if affects your heart and other things. And then,
Improve your
yeah, we've got some suggestions to make it better. Absolutely problem solution. Really good. How about this one? Fabiola, could you read this title?
Technology impacts our daily lives.
So what does impacts mean? It's a
impact. It's impact.
impact. It's a synonym for what word?
Cause and effect.
Yeah.
The cause and effect. Yes.
Yeah.
It's cause and effect.
You got it. Impact is the same verb as effect. So, exactly. So, in this writing, we can predict. We're going to read about the ways technology affects our daily lives. Excellent. Excellent. How about we do one more here? So, Rosa, would you like to read this title?
Yes. The effect of coronavirus on our lives.
So I think that one's clear, right? What are we looking at?
It's very clear.
It's effect.
Cause and effect. Cause and effect. Okay, I gotta do a harder one. I don't want it to end so easy. Here we have 4 more. I added 4 more. And we already did think on our own. But let's do these last 4. How about maybe on a paper in front of you so that we're not saying it out loud? Give yourself a minute to think. The first title says what? Osman, can you read the first title?
The effects of coronavirus on our lives. That's cause and effect.
Okay. So the next 3, do not say what you think out loud. In your mind, think which one, okay? So Zamzam, can you read the second one?
The pros and the cons of internet.
Okay, pros, good things, cons, bad things. How about the next title? Elvia?
The causes of obesity in America.
Okay, okay. And Fabiola, how about this third one, last one?
Children's learning needs and success.
So these are really very different titles because they're very different kinds of writing. We did already talk about effect of coronavirus in our lives, its cause and effect. Take a minute and just think to yourself. Pros and cons of the internet. Which kind of writing? Causes of obesity in America. And children's learning needs and success. Maybe write on a piece of paper, and in 1 minute, we'll share what we think.
Sorry?
Maybe think in your head or write down each of these three what you think, and in a minute, we'll share out loud. I just want to see how you do
Then
independently. So I'll number
I
these.
think
Take
I
a
think
minute.
I got it.
Okay. Do you
My
think-
guess.
Okay. Well, wait just a minute, and we'll call them 1, 2, and 3. Want to see if we agree. So hopefully you've had time to think about each of these. Do you need more time? Okay, just another second. So, the pros and cons of the internet. What do you think? What do you think? Compare, contrast, cause, effect,
The
problem,
first one is-
solution.
The first one is the problem and solution.
Do you think pros and
No,
cons?
no. It causes an effect. The first. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm
We're looking
mistaken. Because
at
the
the
first is
pros and cons of the internet. What does everyone think?
The
causes
cause and effect.
That's
problem and solution.
no, it's not.
No.
Compare and contrast.
I
Yes.
think it's compare,
compare.
contrast. These are not easy. These are not
Yes.
easy. And
Yes.
I agree with you, Osman. Can you explain why? Because I had to think a lot too. It's not like these are easy. Why is it?
Because we have two kinds, pros and cons.
So we're saying there's
That's
some,
two. It has two different meaning.
right.
Pros
So
and
maybe
cons.
the internet's good in some ways.
The bad things and the good
Good
things.
and bad.
Good and bad. You got it. You got it. Okay. How about what did you think about the causes of obesity in America? What kind of writing do you think we have here?
Causes and effect.
That's clear.
Bad
Causes and effect.
cause.
Yeah, and in this case,
Cause and effect. Yes.
maybe this writer does not go too much into the effect. Sometimes a writer who does cause effect stays in
Mhm.
the cause. We don't know where this writer is going. How about children's learning needs and success?
Problem and
Find the solution.
I think so too. And we might say that learning needs isn't really a problem, but it's something to figure out, right? They have
Yeah.
needs, and it's not a problem, but we need to figure out. It's not a bad problem. It's a good problem. Find their needs.
yeah, there is a need things that which will be a problem, and to be get a solution or to be a success.
Right.
Success we have to get the solution way.
Yes. Well, you guys have done a phenomenal job. Beyond excellent with some very big thinking on Schoology conferences, evaluating titles.